Okay, hello and welcome to what should be the finale of this playthrough of Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Last time we went to the Meadow Shrine, defeated High Mage Kapura and won back the Millennium Eye, before we went to the Duel Field and learned that the mages had come and kidnapped Tena. So we had to go through the Labyrinth at the Vast Shrine, defeated the Labyrinth Mage and Seto 2 to rescue her, before we headed up to the Sea Shrine, defeated High Mage Sekhmeton and won back the Millennium Necklace, then ended the episode going up to the Mountain Shrine and winning the Millennium Ring from High Mage Atenza. So now we have all but one of the Millennium items. That one left is the Millennium Rod, held by Haitian in the Dark Shrine. So we now have to head back into the Vast Shrine and challenge the dreaded Final Six. So it's time to go on ahead. Here, this is a secret passage. I'll open it for you. So, the Final Six is kind of ridiculous, but hey, we'll see that as we go. Haitian's Dark Shrine lies just up ahead. Along the way, you'll find mages that have sworn to protect him. It is wise to be cautious. And honestly, I have taken those words to mind, because I have changed the deck a little bit. Halt! You are forbidden to proceed any further, so speaketh the Royal Mages Sebek the Powerful and Neku the Skillful. This is where it all ends. Prepare to lose. So, I have changed the deck just a little bit, and by that I mean I got another Meteor Black Dragon, another Skull Knight, another Dark Magician, and I also won a Megamorph, a Harpy's Feather Duster, and a third Dragon Treasure. So basically, I can power this thing up to ridiculous levels of power. I also won a Dragon Capture Jar, so I might put that in for a couple of the later duels, but I probably won't need it for Sebek and Neku. So first up is Sebek the Powerful. The most powerful card he can summon is actually not all that threatening to me. The most powerful card he can summon is Zoa, which... Okay, so fun fact, he has Metal Zoa in his deck, but because Metal Zoa is counted as a machine card, Metal Zoa is a machine and regular Zoa is a fiend, so regular Zoa actually has more attack points on the Dark Field. Also, I just kind of threw my opening hand there because nothing really all that usable. And anyway, now that I play Meteor Black Dragon, there is actually nothing he can do to stop me, because I don't think he has access to Widespread Ruin. I might be wrong, but I don't think he does. And yeah, I can just kind of overpower whatever he plays. And also, I know that the card he just played face down is another Metal Zoa, because he will never put Metal Zoa into defense mode. It's one of the very few cards in this game that the AI will just go, no, 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 no. This doesn't go in defense mode. Like, it effectively might as well just not have a listed amount of defense points, because the game will never use the defense mode option. Similarly, it'll never put Meteor Black Dragon in defense mode. It will never put Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth in defense mode. I think it's like if it naturally has 3,000 or more attack points, they just don't put it in defense. I might be wrong on that, but I think that's how it is. And we win a second copy of the Crass Clown. We don't need it, but here we have it. Curse you, Atem. You've won for now, but Neku, he shall defeat you. I never thought I'd see Sebek defeated. Let's see what you've got. I mean, I beat him in like 3-4 turns. Like, you've kind of seen what my deck is capable of. Well, okay, so, opponent 2, Neku the Skillful, is actually a tiny bit stronger. Funnily enough, the most powerful card he summons is the Skull Knight. So, now I'm just going to put Skull Knight face down and just see what he does. And he just crashed the Skull Knights unintentionally, okay. To be honest, I think that might be the only way to actually get the game to crash monsters. Because, basically, the AI will very, very rarely crash monsters. So, note, what I mean by crash monsters is the two monsters will have the same amount of attack points, they'll attack, effectively trade, and just destroy each other. So, I just want to mention that. But yeah, basically, the AI will very, very sparingly do that. Because, honestly, there's usually not much point. I don't know, I think the game's logic must be like, well, we would lose a monster for it, so why would we? But, you know, usually you can use that to your advantage. And honestly, in this game, you take anything you can get. And with that, this duel is not actually over this turn, but it is in a pretty much done state. Like, Zoa is gone. Like, Zoa is gone, I have Meteor Black Dragon and Dark Magician on the field, and he has 1100 life points. I don't think there's anything he can do right now to save himself. And you know what, let's just power up our dragon just a little bit more, you know, because sometimes you just need to overkill a bit. Well, there goes a Dark Magician. And with that, that is opponent number 2, nearly called him Sebek, Neku the Skillful, defeated. So that is both Royal Guards dealt with. Ooh, actually, King of Yami-Makai is kind of nice to have. So, this is your power. I underestimated you. And now we can head into the Dark Shrine, where Haitian himself is our opponent. It's been some time since last we met, boy. I salute you for making it this far, but it all ends here. I haven't come this far to be beaten by a child. Now, here's the thing. I probably should switch out Crass Clown or Barox for King of Yami-Makai. Like, it is objectively a better card, but I think I'm gonna stick with the deck I have. I mean, honestly, I'm not really gonna get much use out of it anyway. But hey, I'm gonna stick with the deck I have until the end now, I think. Okay, so I'm going to just straight away fuse these 3 to get a Crimson Sunbird. I'll be honest, I kind of wish Firewing Pegasus was like 2350 and not 2250. Mostly just so I couldn't use it for that. Because I feel like, mostly, this is entirely just me, I think Firewing Pegasus looks so much cooler. And now, this duel is now over. There is nothing he can do to stop me. Unless he plays Widespread Ruin. But I don't think he might have it. But either way, yeah, this duel is effectively over now. Because he can't do anything to beat me now. And he will never put Meteor Black Dragon into defense mode. However, just on the off chance I draw another Fiend, I'm going to keep Red Eyes in hand. But mostly because I want to be able to summon Black Skull Dragon. I would love to be able to play Black Skull Dragon in this game in like a full playthrough. Mostly because it's so cool. I mean, to be honest, I'm in such a commanding position on the field right now, I could just kind of wait it out. But I'm not going to, mostly just for convenience purposes. Now, Dark Magician is going to actually break even against Wall Shadow here. So, I mean, I'll just let the animation play out so we can at least see the field. Now the question is Dark Magician's attack a seizure-inducing one? I really hope it isn't. This game came out in 1999, so it shouldn't be. Quite a while to do, though. Wall Shadow actually looks pretty okay. Now, what is that? Okay, that isn't that bad, I don't think. Fantastic. I love it when games are like, you know, where they have like the flashing effects, but they aren't bad. Because honestly, yeah, like I'm not someone who has epilepsy, but honestly, it's just really annoying. Like, a whole bunch of flashing lights are often very annoying. Anyway, so we win this duel next turn because there's nothing Haitian can do to stop me. Like, even if he'd played Raigeki right there was nothing he could do. Okay, there's Seiryu. And now, you know what? Let's just summon Skull Knight. I wish I could fuse it with something else. Okay, so Skull Knight hits for 1150, and now we just finish him off with the Meteor Black Dragon. And honestly, I feel like that overkill was definitely necessary. It really wasn't, but sometimes you just need... But sometimes you want the overkill, you know? And with that, Haitian is finally defeated. Ridiculous. Me? Defeated by this child? No, I won't let it end this way. Well done. Now, now all of the items have been gathered as one. Let us head to the Forbidden Ruins. I mean, look, anyone who's like, hey, let's go to the Forbidden Ruins is never a good idea. Atem, it's time to end this farce. I will now defeat you once and for all, and all the items will be mine. Don't look so surprised. I only helped you because I needed you for my plans. I served Haitian as his right-hand man in the hopes of stealing the Millennium items one day. And then you came along. You found the temple, and you won each of the precious items, saving me the trouble of having to do it myself. In short, you were nothing more than a pawn in my designs. I could never allow lowly humans such as you or Haitian to take the items. They belong to the highborn. They can only be held by a noble, one such as myself. This place is home to my forefathers, the royal tomb of those who prospered wielding the dark power. Do you know why this place is called the Forbidden Ruins? It is because of this. Also, he's just like, only nobles can hold this. My guy, my character is literally the prince. Anyway, the Millennium items represent a pact, an agreement for tapping the powers of darkness. The ancient kings and sorcerers gained supreme power from the Dark Lord, and now I intend to summon him here, to these very chambers. I will renew that pact and regain the power to rule over all. And now, the final battle. I will eliminate you once and for all. The items shall be mine. So, now we have to duel Seto for the third and final time. And this is where the final 6 becomes a problem. Because here's the thing. Up until now, the game has been... It starts easy, then it gets hard, and this is when the game just drops any and all pretense and just starts cheating. Like, this endgame is just unfair. And hopefully I don't want to see a Sun Guardian Star. Okay, Moon is fine. Moon is fine. I don't want to see a Sun Guardian Star. That is everything I needed. Because I am now completely safe. Buddy, you can play the Sun Guardian Star if you want. And now, let's just, kick Gate Guardian in the head. 10 out of 10. And there's something very satisfying about being able to see a monster with so many attack points just kind of get fooled by the ridiculous power of it. You know what? Make it even more powerful. 5,500. So now that's going to hit a Meteor Black Dragon for 2,000 damage. So basically, this is what the end game of Forbidden Memories just devolves into. You basically do... It is basically, you either do this to the AI, or the AI does this to you. It's kind of weird in that regard, but this should be a regular Blue Eyes White Dragon, and with that, we don't actually win this turn. However, I think I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the final 3 duels are kind of mostly the same in terms of what cards they use. Now, let's just summon Curse of Dragon. Honestly, I would have loved to have been able to finish off the final duel with Seto by just playing Red Eyes Black Dragon, but I'm not going to sit around and wait for that. Anyway, so, with that, Seto 3 is now defeated in what honestly ended up being a hilariously one-sided duel. And we won another King of Yami-Makai. What's the odds of getting that in, 2 out of 4 duels? Not like this. To come this close and lose to you. Please, not like this. So we can now choose to destroy the items or not to. I don't think it actually matters what we do, but, for responsible reasons, let's say we are going to destroy the items. Hold it right there. If you wish to let Seto live, hand over the Millennium items. Did you think me foolish enough to fall for this cretin's ploy? I've known he descended from the Dark Household for some time now. I closed my eyes to his treachery and staged my defeat so I could discover his true intentions. Perhaps you thought me senile, blind to your pitiful plans. Thanks to you, I now stand in the forbidden chamber that can only be opened by one of the dark. Come, hand over the items and I'll spare this fool. Okay, refuse. My dear boy, you try my patience. So basically, this is another but thou must, so you have to. So we will hand over the items. No. Well, too bad, we've already done it. I did it! They're mine at last. Now I can summon the Dark Knight. You princes of a lost dynasty you princes of a lost dynasty, you are privileged to see the birth of a new king, a new age. Come to me, darkness. Grant me the power. Grant me the world. And so, now we get to see the final bosses appear. And honestly, kind of a disappointing design for a final boss, to be totally honest. I welcome you, Dark One. Bound by your ancient pact, I command you to obey. I return after thousands of years, and what do I find? You command me to what? Obey! You must obey. It's in the ancient pact. I've made no pact with the likes of you. Why should I be compelled to obey you? The items, the Millennium items, I have them all. The Millennium items, I see no items. Of course you don't. I used them. I used them to summon you. And now you must honor the pact. You must obey me. I tire of this conversation. No. No, don't. And now, Haitian is having a bad time. That's better. You look better as a card. Help. Help me. This is the noisiest card I've ever created. Not to mention the ugliest one too. Frankly, it doesn't deserve a place in my deck. And with that, Haitian is now super dead. Long have I shared my power through the cards I've created. It is now the time I collected the price for my power. And the best place to start is with this miserable planet. These miserable creatures. A 10. Your deck. It still contains the Millennium card. The card you use to return to this world. Use them. Use the cards to send that thing back. I think the two of you will be great additions to my personal deck. What? We still hold one card that represents our pact with you. I see that you do, but I don't intend to go back empty-handed after coming all this way. I'll tell you what, I'll give you one chance. It's only fair that the course of our pact will be decided by the cards. Beat me in a duel, and I will go home. Quietly. Now come on, let's play. So, this is the Dark Knight. He is the second last opponent in the game, and I think his deck is largely the same as Seto 3, and hopefully we can get a... That's an okay start, not gonna lie. Having Raigeki in hand straight away is always welcome, and also the fact that I'm willing to just throw away Gaia and put Skull Knight into defense mode as a defense mechanism should tell you what this guy is capable of. Once again... Wait, Crimson Sunbird? I was expecting something way stronger than that, okay. This suddenly... I'm not... Okay. I'm not gonna let myself fall into a false sense of security over this, but I'm suddenly liking my odds a little bit better. Maybe it's the next duel that's the super hard one. Okay, Kaiser Dragon. I can beat Kaiser Dragon. I mean, if I summon Meteor Black Dragon, I can just crush anything in my path, don't I? And I have Widespread Ruin, just in case he summons anything kind of just ridiculous out of nowhere. So, let's hopefully bring this guy down without too much more hassle. Because honestly, this is going... Honestly, I kind of forgot about this duel. Well, because apparently apparently this one is a lot easier than I thought it was. I mean, I say that, I probably shouldn't, because it is the end game of this. But perhaps we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so yeah, we are now into the final two. Oh, and pretty much the main reason I was worried about Seto 3 is because he has access to some absolutely unfair tech. And by that I mean he has Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon as a basic card, which is just patently unfair. So for those of you who may not know all that much about Yu-Gi-Oh!, basically, the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is a monster that consists of 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, basically fused together at the head. Now, wait, I can hit over this Cosmo Green now, because I fuse this to summon the Summoned Skull, and that goes on the moon, which beats Venus, boosts up to 3000, and destroys it. So, basically, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons fused together, and it has an attack power of 4500. And because there's no, like, polymerization cards or anything in this game to worry about, it just has that kind of raw power as a basic card. To my knowledge, you as the player can't get it legitimately. I think there might be a ritual card that lets you do it, but the odds of you actually getting it to work is very low. Also, 10 out of 10, that just kind of that basically just went, hey, you used Megamorph? No, you didn't. Not that it makes any difference now, because with 2 Dragon Treasures, Curse of Dragon is just enough. Well, it will be just enough to help me get over that last amount of life points he has and finish off this duel. So yeah, basically, they have Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon just as a basic card, and with an attack power of 4,500, you just can't beat that without having equip spells, or like Widespread Ruin, or various... Like, there's a few ways around it, but it's very much annoying. This is not fair. Me? Me? I cannot lose. I created the cards. No, I cannot lose. Come boy, one more time, one more game. And now we duel the second form of Dark Knight, Nightmare. I didn't choose the name, that's actually what it's called. To be honest, if one guy would have made sense to play on a dark field, it would have been the guy called... Like, look, if one character was going to play on the dark field, it probably should have been the character actually called Nightmare. Anyway, whatever. So, I'm just going to keep these dragon treasures in hand and hope I draw a Meteor Black Dragon. Okay, that's a twin-headed Thunder Dragon. So, hopefully we can get through this without too much of a hassle, to be honest. Okay, there's a Widespread Ruin, so anything he attacks with will now be destroyed. However... Okay, he just fused to a Meteor Black Dragon. Because Red Eyes Black Dragon fuses with Meteor Dragon and creates Meteor Black Dragon. Either way, Widespread Ruin destroys that, so I only take 2,800 points of damage instead of 63, which is very welcome. However, I am going to need to draw something this turn. Otherwise, I might actually just lose. And I don't want to lose on the last duel of the final 6. Okay, so... If I draw... Even if I just draw Curse of Dragon or Red Eyes or something, I can pull something great here. Fantastic. Curse of Dragon, you will do. Congratulations, you are going to be the star of the show for this final duel. Because now Curse of Dragon has just doubled its starting attack points all the way up to 4,000. And now, well, Gaia the Dragon Champion destroyed by the Curse of Dragon. Now, as long as he doesn't play the Blue Eyes Ultimate, I should be able to beat anything else he can play. And, well, perfect. Here come all of my other really good cards. I guess this is just kind of the celebration party turning up, just like, hey, Curse of Dragon just got up to 4,000 attack points, everyone just came out of the deck to celebrate it, because this duel is basically over now. I don't think there's really anything he can do. So, let's just... Actually, no. I mean, it's just not a Yugi win if I don't finish him off with the Dark Magician, is it? Okay, there's Crab Turtle. Crab Turtle is such a weird card to me. Anyway, Curse of Dragon just hits for 4,000, and Dark Magician drops him to 100. So, the Nightmare has 100 life points left, and I have plenty of cards in hand, and that can go over it. And Crab Turtle had 2550. Okay, fine. I'll do it the other way. I'll just kill him with Curse of Dragon. And because this is the last duel in the game, let's end this with a cinematic 3D one, just on the base normal field, which, now that I think about it, I also hadn't shown up until this point. I do like how it's kind of a coliseum. I think that's kind of nice. I think that's a cool aesthetic for it. Okay, so, Curse of Dragon fights the Crab Turtle, which, honestly, Crab Turtle looks so weird. I never actually had... I don't think I ever had the actual card for it, either. Because I know Crab Turtle in the actual trading card game is a ritual monster that needs the Turtle Oath. And, yeah, I just never had it. I always had Commencement Dance, but never had Performance of Sword, either. I did have Hamburger Recipe and Hungry Burger, though. I remember having those. I do remember using Hungry Burger in a deck. I mean, I was never, like, good at a card game, and I would only ever really play with friends, but, you know. Anyway, with that, we win, and we've now defeated the final 6. Forbidden Memories is complete. No, not again. No! And with that, it's over. that day, Seto left the ruins, never to be seen again. Egypt was unified once again under the rule of Atem. To protect mankind, he ordered the forbidden ruins to be buried. Atem became the greatest of pharaohs, bringing prosperity to all he ruled. The vile mages were no more. This was the tale of Atem, he whom we call Yu-Gi-Oh! Which, honestly, just that by itself sounds so goofy. So now, let's save the game, because we've now successfully finished the game, and now the credits roll. Also, this secret code, I don't think it actually works in this game. I'll test it, but I'm pretty sure this is one you get to use in the next game. But with that, we've now successfully finished Forbidden Memories again. And again, we've done it without the twin-headed Thunder Dragon. Which, honestly, it would have made some of the earlier game a lot simpler. And, to be totally honest, I'm really happy with how this went. Mostly because I didn't have to do anywhere near as much grinding for cards. Like, I got really lucky with the cards I won. Because I remember in this playthrough, like, I reset every now and then. But I think I probably only dueled the I only dueled the Meadow Mage probably like 200 or 300 times. And to get all the cards. Meanwhile, the last time it was probably closer to like 700 or 800. So I definitely kind of lucked out in that regard. As for the game itself, I do think the game is fun, but I'm also very much fully aware that it is a game I look back on with a lot of nostalgia, because this was like one of the kind of childhood-defining PS1 games. I remember I got this, I assume I must have gotten it like just right after my 6th birthday, and I never finished this game as a kid. I don't think I finished this game until I was like 18. Like, I think I finished the game for the first time when I was like 18 or 19 years old. And yeah, it took me a long time to finally beat the game, because honestly, I didn't want to have to grind. I didn't know how to like properly S-tech, and I didn't know that, like, I didn't know exactly what I could win from each character for a long time. And honestly, I think it's an interesting case of a game where it's a game I look back on fairly fondly, but I don't know if I would actually be able to recommend it. Like, I would say, okay, I will also say, I have seen speedruns of this game where they use a mod, and instead of winning one card at a time, you win like 15 or something. That sounds fantastic. Honestly, that sounds like it just makes the game infinitely more playable. I know there's also like some stuff with the Pocket Station that gives you some additional cards, but obviously I don't have a Pocket Station. I think it was Japan exclusive. I might be wrong on that. But yeah, in general, I do really like this game, but I don't know if I would recommend it to people. Because, well, it's kind of unfair by the end. To be totally honest, I really lucked out with those final duels, because I didn't see any of the absolute garbage cheating the game does. Because, well, I guess I just really lucked out in that regard. But hey, with that, we've now finished Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. However, I do have one thing left to do. And does this just stay on screen, or do I have to reset the game, or what? I will leave this for like another 20 seconds, and if I don't, I'll just make a cut. But yeah, so pretty much, I do think this game is good, but also is very visibly and loudly flawed. And I will continue this thought in just a second. I'm going to reset the game, because I think it's just ends on a created by Konami Computer Entertainment Japan. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we've finished the main story, I can go into free duel mode. Actually, I should double check one thing. So, throughout all my grinding, I won 977 star chips. And now the question is, do I have any cards from the card game nearby that I could actually look at? I will actually just be a second. I'm gonna go find a couple of my cards to show this kind of little thing off, because I didn't do it at all in the game. Okay, so on this password entry screen, you can take your actual cards from a trading card game, and you can put in the codes. So I just picked up a few kind of random cards that I have, because honestly, I did have to check a few just to make sure they existed at the time. So that is 9, 8, 4, 8. So I could buy a Giant Soldier of Stone for 290 of these ships. That is one of the much more fair prices for them, because some of these are impossible. So, for example, if I wanted this, so that is 8, 7, 7, 9, 6, 9, 0, 0. Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress, is 999,999. You will never legitimately get this card in the game, because I don't think any opponent drops it, and I don't know, I assume these cards must have been, like, Pocket Station related, or something, because there's no way you'd be able to get these otherwise. I'll do... I just realized, I have, so I brought Cocoon of Evolution, Great Moth, and Sanga the Thunder as 3 of the cards I might use as examples, and they don't have the codes on them at all. So basically, I don't know, it's a bit weird how some of the cards just aren't available, basically. However, I should actually show the library, because there's a ton of cards in this game. Even though the card game was still relatively new, there's 722 in the game. And in my time playing, I didn't even see most of them. So, basically, ones that are in full color are ones I've summoned and ones I own. These are like fusion monsters that I've summoned but don't have as an individual card. And then obviously green ones are magic cards and pink ones are traps. I also won Commencement Dance at one point, which also in this you can use this to also now just look at all of the like 3D character models for all of the monsters. I'm just gonna try to find any of my cool monsters. Where are you guys? I kinda need to find a cool monster here. Anything at all? Giant Mech Soldier. That sounds like it would be cool, right? Okay, yeah, that is actually kinda cool. So yeah, I think it is kind of cool how, like, all of the monsters are modeled in this game, mostly just because, like, it's a game from, like, 1999. And I know I say that, like, a lot. Also, I will, actually, hang on, wait, there's one more password I need to do. Okay, so I went and I just put in the code that I got after beating the game. However, judging from the sound it's making, it actually isn't doing anything. So, basically, it doesn't work in this game, which I'm sure in 1999 may have infuriated some people. That is because this is a thing that we will see in the next game, which was Duelists of the Roses, which I will also be doing a replay of at some point, I don't know when. So, now if we look at Free Duel, we have every opponent, every single one of them. We beat everybody. Also, turn at turn, I would like to thank Mai, who I dueled 25 times, Pegasus, Shizu, Jono2, Mage Soldier, and Meadow Mage, who credit where it's due, I did lose to some of them a good few times, but now I have everyone here, and we have one final opponent, Duel Master K. Now, here's the thing, Duel Master K is not a duel that you should probably be taking on at the end of the game. Duel Master K exists, I think, mostly so you can see the early game. So basically, I think Duel Master K exists in the early game of Forbidden Memories, mostly to show you the combinations, like for fusions and things that you can make with your deck. However, here's the thing, and there's a specific reason for why he does that, and that is quite simple. He duels you with your deck. an exact replica. He has, like, if you go in, like, every single card in your deck, he will be using it. And that's pretty bad, is what I would be saying if I didn't have White's Throat Ruin in hand. But you know what? I should now be in a pretty solid spot, because now I can just put that face down, and as long as he doesn't summon the other one, or Red Eyes, or Gaia, or Dark Magician, or Skull Knight, I might be okay. That was the other one, wasn't it? Okay, we are suddenly in a really bad place, actually. If I don't... Oh, never mind. Raigeki to the rescue once again. Honestly, the amount of times Raigeki has saved me over the years playing this game, like, genuinely, there's a reason why I reset to get Raigeki every single time I ever run through this game again. Like, I cannot, like, genuinely, I cannot imagine playing this game without Raigeki. Now, my question is, do I summon a monster? Well, I've done it now. Either way, basically, my question for myself there was, do I summon a monster and just hope he doesn't destroy me? Or do I play Acid Trap Hole and kind of guarantee a bit more of my safety? But that's on Mercury, so that's either Gaia, Skull Knight, or Dark Magician, and we lose. I'm not ending on a loss. I'm not ending on a loss to Duel Master K. Like, I'm beating him. I'm beating him once. I've beaten everybody else, and honestly, there's no worse loss than in the mirror match. Like, it's the mirror match. I need to win in the mirror match, or I feel like I've still lost. Okay, so Meteor Black Dragon, turn 1, face down, attack mode. I don't know what he'll do. Okay, there we go. So I could have summoned Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon the entire time, but I didn't. And now, let's just summon Firewing Pegasus, because it looks cool. I love Firewing Pegasus so much. And with that, Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon gets wiped off the board, Meteor Black Dragon launches a huge attack, and we are now in a comfortable position. I say that, but, you know, anything could happen. Mercury, that's Skull Knight. 10 out of 10, I managed to gas that. I mean, to be honest, it was going to be one of 3 things anyway, so, you know, I had an educated guess at that time. Okay, so pretty much, I think I've basically said everything about Duel Master K already. I don't know what it's meant to actually be. Like, I assume it's just meant, I don't know if I assume the K is meant to be either Konami or the series creator. I imagine it's probably meant to be Konami, because they're the people who made the game. And I think they, like, make a whole bunch of money on the card game. Anyway, with that, we finish him off with the Dark Magician, and that is the final duel complete. And with that, I'm now done with Forbidden Memories. And we won another copy of Angel Witch. Actually, you know what? While I'm here, just before I finish this off for the last time, 714. Let's go and actually see Firewing Pegasus, because I really hope its 3D model looks cool, and that's what I'm gonna end on. Because, well, sometimes you just need to have the really cool monster right at the end. It is over here. So, basically, so I've now finished Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, and with that, I'm gonna end off today's video and the series here. Yeah, so as always, feel free to leave a comment or click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined. And I will hopefully see you all next time for, honestly, whatever I'm doing next. To be totally honest, I'm recording this ages in advance. I have no idea when this is going to go up. But yeah, basically, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Feel free to leave a comment or click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined. And I will hopefully see you all next time. For whatever it is I'm doing next. I'll also be redoing Duelists of the Roses and plenty of other games that I've done. So, I'm going to end off today's video here. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.